Another beer review. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not in my usual surroundings today. I've gone down south for a couple of nights. I'm very much a sort of a northerner, like out of water. But yeah, I brought a few beers down south to drink and potentially crack a few reviews out, as it's essentially something to do in it in the evenings. But yeah, so I haven't even decided what I'm going to review yet, so let's just pick one. Right, so we've got one here. It's a collaboration between Amundsen and Lervig. It's an Imperial Stout, a brown cheese and waffle with raspberry jam pastry stout. It's described as it is 12% ABV. Lovely colourful can. This is one of Amundsen's birthday beers for their 9th birthday, so they've been around quite a while compared to some craft breweries, I guess. The collaboration with Lervig, like I said, all Norwegian affair. We've also done collaborations with Emperor's Northern Monk, Stigbergets, I want to say off the top of my head, and somebody else. Is it Siren, maybe? I cannot remember. I think it's Siren, but I'm not sure. But I'll edit it in if there's any I missed off or got wrong. Who cares? That's what editing's for. I could just do research, but that wouldn't be as fun, would it? So yeah, looking at the ingredients, you've got raspberry, cocoa nibs, cinnamon and vanilla, as well as obviously usual stuff you expect in a beer. But in terms of adjuncts, brown cheese, a new one on me. I believe it's a Norwegian delicacy. It's like basically like a sweet brown cheese. I think it looks a bit like fudge. I've never had it, so I couldn't really tell you what it tastes like. But I think it's meant to be like quite caramelly tasting. Who knows? But I imagine this is a big, silly, sweet, thick monster of a beer. So anyway, let's get it into the glass. Look, I even brought a beer down with me, so you know, a beer. Obviously, I brought beer. I mean, a glass down with me, so I am prepared. This has been an absolute shit show of a review so far, but anyway, let's get this in the glass. Let's get it reviewed. Looks thick on the pour. Oh, look at that whole can in the glass. I know you're supposed to only put a little bit in and swirl it and smell it to do it properly, but I can never be arsed doing that, if I'm honest. You know, I'm not a professional. So yeah. I mean, yeah, look, thick black beer with a little bit of a tan head. So yeah, I've got loads of the raspberry. Loads of jammy raspberry. I'm just reminding myself on what I'm expecting in this. But yeah, jammy raspberry. Quite cakey smelling. It just smells like a cake with like raspberry jam, a chocolate cake with raspberry jam. Yeah, quite chocolatey. Smells very sweet. I mean, it smells too frottingly sweet. But I mean, I expected that. It is Amundsen are very much known for their big pastry stouts. I think Lervig do quite a few as well. So yeah, I mean, look at it. Look at the can. I mean, you can tell it's going to be ridiculously sweet with all the pink and cake and whatnot. But anyway, let's dive in. That's really rich. Really, really rich. Chocolate, raspberry. That's like bitter note. brown sugar. But I'm finding the raspberry just dominating the whole thing. I think this is the third of the 5 beers I've had so far. I've actually got another one of them with me. I've also got the Emperor's collab as well. I've brought that with me as well, so I'll probably have that either tonight or tomorrow. Probably not tonight because of how sweet this is. I'll probably I'll have a bloody I'll give myself diabetes. Yeah. Ridiculously sweet. If I'm honest, it's nice enough, but it's a little unbalanced. I'd like a bit more balance. I know pastry stouts are never going to be the most balanced style of beer in the world. I mean, you know what I mean? It's basically a cake, and a mushy cake in a glass, innit? But I just feel this. It could do with I'd love to sort of. I mean, I don't know what brown cheese really tastes like, but you know, I mean, I don't know what waffles are bringing. I suppose it is described as being raspberry, but I find the raspberry sort of a little bit over dominant. It is nice. Don't get me wrong; it's a nice beer, but it's just, and I like these sweet, thick pastry stouts, but I think this maybe just is a little tiny bit too far in the sweetness. Like, I'll give you an example. Azvex did a Imperial Stout called Strategic Reserve, which was extremely sweet. A lot of people found that over sweet, and I thought that was absolutely incredible, that beer. So I would say this is even sweeter than that. Different flavours, obviously. This has been a terrible review. I do apologise. This hasn't been my best work. But the body's thick, sticky, syrupy. What you'd expect from a big, silly pastry stout. But like I said, it's nice enough. It's a nice enough beer. It's a solid beer. But it's like the other two I had so far from this series, I much preferred. They were far better beers in my eyes. I feel this one's a little bit, I guess, rough round the edges would be the one to what I'd say. You know, it's still going to get a decent enough score because it is a solid beer, but I'm just sort of for expectations. Compared after the last two I've sort of had, I did think it would be maybe a bit better, but like I said, just a bit rough around the edges. This one could do with a bit more, a little bit of refinement, I think. But what do I know? I'm not a brewer, am I? And Amundsen and Lervig are both fantastic breweries, so who am I to criticise them? But yeah, that's just my opinion, you know. And to rate it, I'd probably give it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please drop us your thoughts below, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.